do I go, like...
Yeah, just, throw it on someone. That's fine.
The fact is that, the thing is, the end of this conversation may very well be, he says no. But that doesn't mean we give up.
Hey man, what's going on?
Hey Vince, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. I was actually meaning to contact you and Jordan pretty soon. To see what was up to you guys, and see if you wanted to, get together one of these days to talk about, the class next year and stuff like that. Have you started the book at all?
Oh, the book. Do you have the book? Jordan's here with me, by the way. We're on speakerphone.
Hi, Vince.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's good. No, I don't have the book.
Yeah, I'll probably get it like the first day. I haven't gotten it yet, but...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, do you guys have any ideas of, the nature of, what you want to do?
Yes.
We do. That's why we're calling you, because we wanted to run it by you, obviously, but I'm really excited about this, and
So am I.
It's really unorthodox and it's strange, but it would basically be about you getting married.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
We can still put in whatever we want, you and I will decide what goes in the final cut, but the idea that we have so much to work from, I think it's just gonna make the most interesting movie.
That's a go?
That's a go.
Kind of.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh my gosh, I was so worried that he wasn't gonna want to do it. I'm so glad. Vincent is getting married. Film A, roll 1, scene 1, take 1.
The story of how I met Michelle was we met online on Christian Mingle. I had seen some of the commercials on TV, and I kind of joked around about it, I'm so above that. I would never resort to that, but I did, and she kind of felt the same way. Like, she was really hesitant at first, but there was a coworker of hers that kind of encouraged her to do it. And I think I sent her either a smiley, let's chat or something like that. And I sent her a message, and thankfully my trial was expired soon. And so it was kind of a convenient way for me to be like, well, my account's gonna be canceled in a week. Here's my number, call me maybe. And and so I got her number, and we started texting, and I called her, and then eventually we had our first date at Starbucks, and Starbucks went really well, so we had dinner at Eden Park. We talked about how menstruation makes me faint and puke makes her faint. And it's when you can talk about things like that with someone, you found the one.
Hi, by the way, I'm Dominic.
I'm Michelle.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Jordan.
He told me he loved me within 2 weeks or so. So after that, I don't know, it just really progressed pretty fast. And we just discovered that we were in love and we wanted to be married. And I think that's both what was a dream for both of us, to find who we wanted to be with and whatnot. And we found it and kind of knew fast. So within at least a month we started talking about it. So
I thought she was moving too fast. And I think a lot of it has to do because she's our last daughter to get married. She's still at home. So part of it is to let go of that is hard. But she keeps reminding me that I knew him and we were married within 9 months. So she keeps throwing that back into our face. But our concern, well, I can't speak for both of us, but my concern is he's her first boyfriend. And so to say, oh, this is the love of my life and who I want to marry when she's not had a boyfriend before. So it's just concern of a parent, I think, to make sure that she's making the right decision.
Ever since, like, I think partway through we started dating, it's kind of a funny story, the movie. They play this question game in it, and, you know, you ask a question, you answer, and then you ask a question back.
And I'm always trying to like get her to play that game because every time we do, I learn something new about her. And so I figured, well, I'll just propose by like starting up the question game because she's not going to think, you know, anything out of the ordinary.
And in that, he said, do you want to make this the best day of your life? And I'm like, okay. And he gets down on one knee and he asked me to marry him.
Based on some friendships that didn't go anywhere with him, I think he was kind of not cutting to the chase. He kind of went into this with like, look, here's who I am, here's where I'm going. Are you on board with this potential? And she was.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so sequence 1 is kind of the setup, you know.
Okay, this is good.
I guess like the fact that, you know, I'm getting married and stuff.
He's like, a lot of the time it's just about getting what you can get and then piecing your story together afterwards. And because we don't know a lot of stuff's gonna happen, and a lot of the drama of it may very well be the classroom setting stuff. It
Right.
might be him saying, you don't have enough material for a documentary. This doesn't make any fucking sense. You don't have enough here. And then it goes to us in the editing room and we're like, okay, how can we fake our way through this? How
Right.
can we make an interesting movie out of this with still not fabricating anything and still doing something that's real? And in the end it works because we like, in the end it's just all of us looking at Rice and being like, and then we just take our dicks out and we just masturbate.
No, God, no. That's the worst
That should be
thing
the
I've
final
heard.
ending. Because that's what it is. It's just us jacking off. But.
There you go. Early on, like a couple months into dating, Michelle pulled out this list of the 27 qualities that she wanted in a husband that she made when she was like 16 or something in a summer camp. And I met all 27 points. And I thought, like, how crazy is this, that this is my favorite number, and like, you know, these are the qualities that you want in a husband.
On the top is a Christian. Since I grew up in a Christian family, that's what I wanted. Love each other's families. Know each other before dating. That happened a little bit. Funny. Does not ditch their friends for me or vice versa. Does not push me into bad positions. Sensitive. Goes to church with me or just in general. Does not smoke or doesn't get drunk.
It used to be does not smoke or drink, but I guess when she got older, she like just changed it to, oh, don't get drunk, you know?
Loves animals.
I'm not too fond on the idea of having a dog because I like playing with dogs, but I don't like the responsibility of owning one.
Understands me. Knows when to be serious. Does not make me pay for the dates, which doesn't really matter anymore, but at that time it did. Misses me when I'm gone. Does not break up with his girlfriend for me. Calls me. Good communication. Likes some of the same things. A gentleman. Does not put me down but encourages. Helps me when I'm hurt. Comforts me when I'm sad. Easygoing. Makes me feel like a princess. Is not afraid to tell me things. Does not lie. And likes me for who I am and does not try to change me.
I think that like really affirmed, you know, like, yes, this is the one. And I think a lot of people think that's like crazy, like, you know, who has 27 qualities that they want in somebody. But, you know, for me, that was just like, yeah. And I guess like, I mean, some people might think it's stupid to believe in that kind of stuff, but, you know, I think it was a sign for sure. And some people were like, well, you know, if you get that tattooed on your back, you know, what if you guys break up or something? And it's like, well, it's still my favorite number, I guess. Like, it's still a part of me, like, you know, it's a good story.
That's great, yeah.
You know?
How are we doing on camera? Okay. Cool, that was great.
Okay.
I really truly believe that any two people can have, well, just about any two people can have a fantastic marriage if they are both committed to having a fantastic marriage. I think if you have an arranged marriage, and we know people from other countries who have had arranged marriages and have fantastic marriages, because you go into it with the mindset that we are going to make this marriage work and we're going to get to know each other. And it's surprising, a lot of people from countries where they have arranged marriages feel that their marriages are deeper and more founded because they've had to develop it from scratch. It's not based on emotions.
But I believe that, that there's someone out there for each of us, and the right person. And it could very well be that, and I'm not anyone to say that Michelle and Vince are truly meant for each other. I know that unfortunately in today's society, there are a lot of people that get married that don't last long. You know, when you're talking 54-55% divorce rate. You know, that's something that we always have in the back of our mind.
I mean, I've always wanted to get married. You know, she's everything that I could ask for. And that sounds really cliche, but I mean, it's true. And it's like when you know, and it's not forced. And also, like, I like the fact that I won't be living on my own. I mean, I've never really lived away from home. So in some ways, I'm kind of going from like one mom to the next. You know, you've got someone to cook for you, and well, I don't want to say that. I mean, I like to cook with her. Like, I really enjoy that. And you know, you've just got like a partner for life. I think it would be really lonely, like living on my own. And so it's like now, you know, I'm never going to have to experience that.
My favorite kind of manipulation is just letting a person talk, and they can't argue with you and go, you manipulated me. It's like, no, I just let you talk. But really, it actually, sometimes they dig a hole even deeper. You know what I mean? When you just let them talk, and that's what I like.
You're sick.
I know you're making a documentary about Vincent getting married, but so it's a documentary about you making a documentary about Vincent getting married. Is that really what it is?
I don't know. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so if I guess my question is, after somebody finished watching your film, what would you want them to think it was about? Like, what would you want them, like the one line, this film is about this, what would it be?
Succinctly right now, and then I'll tell you when it's over, I think. But I like the idea that it's changing. By the end, it becomes about me.
You don't even know. You don't even know, do you? You don't even know.
Well, as director, you have to steer your editor.
Mm-hmm.
He may have
steering
ideas.
an editor, though, is very different from steering a subject. So that's why it's a trip for me,
Yeah.
too. You know?
Because he and being an editor myself, I try to instill in him that there are times when you'll cut something and you know that it's good, and the reporter or the producer that you're editing it for says, no, I want you to change it to this, and you can show them your way, but they want it their way, they win.
Open this next segment with one boy, one girl, dog, German Shepherd.
It's such a stupid line, though.
No, it's not. Go, go.
One boy, one girl, dog, German Shepherd, house, white picket fence. You know, just live that American dream. First, I asked you sitting on the bench if you would marry me, and then
Yeah,
I
you
got
did.
down on one knee and said it again, because I was like, oh yeah, wait, I'm supposed to get down on one knee. It was kind of embarrassing.
No, it was cute. This is our future apartment. His grandparents own the whole house.
They live upstairs. I also used to live here as a kid, so this will be my second time living in this apartment.
His room was right there.
My room was to the right,
We're
This
in
will be our
bedroom.
future bedroom.
Bathroom's right behind us. And the living room.
It's to the left.
Kitchen.
Yep.
So, from talking to you guys, I get the impression that you, I believe, is in this idea of abstinence until marriage.
Yes.
Speaking of eloping.
So can you tell me why is that something that you think is important?
Partly from our religious beliefs. It says in the Bible that you shouldn't have sex until you're married. I think that it's more special when you are, virgins and haven't had that, and then your wedding night, you can give that to each other. Like, that's... I know it's cheesy and it's funny, but it's true. Like, I don't know, it's just how I feel.
Yes. I can't wait to give it to you.
I think honestly, if you're really truly in love and you're attracted to each other, sexually, yes, you're gonna be fine. 2, without ever having sex, you have nothing to compare it to. So
What I really hate is people who are like, you should take each other for a test drive first. And it's just like, I don't know, you'll figure it out. And I mean, we've talked pretty openly about it. Like, hey, do you think you'd want to try this when we're married? Or, how'd you feel about
awkward.
this? I don't think it's awkward.
I think in general, I think a lot of it, what it is nowadays, the culture. People are like, oh yeah, it's just not going to work out. Because they honestly will have sex with so many people that they have things to compare it to. And that's not what it's meant to be. At least what we view it as, what it's not meant to be. It's supposed to be meant between husband and wife.
I think, people might say, we laugh at like the American dream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I totally I get it. Like I do. Like I totally fetishize that like apple pie fantasy. Like I do. Like I think it's great. Occasionally, some people don't understand it, but occasionally I'll just say like I really just want to kind of give up my dreams and just get married to a girl and just buy fruit punch for our kids' sleepover and Diet Coke and just who cares? That's it.
Yeah, but you know what? I take so much joy in that. Just the littlest things like that. So
it's not all easy, I imagine. But
yeah.
I get it. And people who say that's ridiculous, I think that's what people have been doing for a long time. That's kind of the classic thing to do.
Yeah.
It seems to have worked out for a couple people.
Yeah.
Like that.
So
Tried and true.
we'll see if it works out for me.
Fucking car. Ruining my fucking shot. Fucker.